How much did you say was in it again?
The thick end of 100 grand.
And are those two gentlemen coming along?
Yes.
No offense. In fact, it's a compliment. But they don't look as if they're exactly practiced in this kind of work.
Well, don't worry about them. What we want to know is, are you interested?
My dear Preedy, I'm an artist. In 20 years' careful application of my craft, I was only lagged once. And that through no fault of my own. I retired with a neat but sizable stake, which I invested in various flourishing enterprises. And I have no intention whatever of jeopardizing myself by hasty or precipitate action.
Colonel Whitfield, are you interested in coming in with us or aren't you?
Let us suppose for a moment that I am. How do we carve the cake?
You get 20% and provide your own tools.
My dear young man, you're not only wasting my time, you're insulting me.
Well, what would you do it for, then?
Consider for the moment our relative contribution to the success of the venture. It's true, you might force your way in without me. But once inside, what would you do? Jump up and down on the safe and hope the lock bursts? No. It's the traditional principle that the screwsman is the fulcrum of a deal of this nature. I'll accept 30%.
Well, we might be...
Oh, what the hell? 1% one way or another. I'm in.
All right, we will adjust our takes accordingly.
Splendid. One thing more, gentlemen. It's understood, of course, that none of us carry arms.
Of course.
I've never been involved in anything of that kind before, and I don't intend to start now. Now then, how are you planning to effect your entry?
Now, this is the tunnel we want. The last train through is at 2 minutes past midnight. We all make our way to this point here, arriving no later than midnight. There's only one porter on duty then, and after he's flagged the train out, he goes into here. That's our moment. We duck down over here and into the tunnel. Now, don't worry about the electrified rail. There's plenty of room to walk beside it, and anyway, they turn it off a few minutes afterwards. Once we're in the tunnel, it's all plain sailing. We make our way slowly along here, beside the light rail, until we reach a point about here where there's an entrance to the closet. Cross over the rail, into the closet. Well, what do you think of it?
Colonel. Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. I was just observing what the Baron Start has done to the young English girl's figures. Rather pert in front and very commodious behind.
Colonel.
The Chinese had a word for it, I forget
Colonel,
exactly.
for the love of...
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry, we're here on business. Yes, a very ingenious plan, of course, but it does rather depend on the type of safe. If it's one of the latest heat-resisting jobs, well, it may take us 3 times as long as you've allowed.
Well, in that case, we go in over the weekend and work through Sunday.
How do you know we won't be disturbed?
I can find out the movements of the people inside.
When were you thinking of doing it?
How much time do you need?
Well, that depends on how soon you can get me detailed information about the crib. Now, what I want to know is who the manufacturer is, whether or no it's cemented in the wall.